A lot of white people take exception to black people telling them that they can't tell black stories. And the reason we say we try to tell white people not to tell black stories is because white people usually have a conflict of interest when it comes to those stories. Like, whenever they tell a black story, a black themed story, they always have to undermine it in some way. There always got to be some BS sprinkled throughout the project. And, I can point to 12 Years a Slave. I mean, it was produced by nothing but white people. They hired two coons by the name of Steve McQueen and John Ridley to put that project together because they know that both of those guys are anti-black coons, that they hate other black people. John Ridley and Steve McQueen. John Ridley especially. And I can tell just by looking at that film, which I did look at it several times, that a black person who's about black empowerment would not have stringed that film together that way. Because I know the original source material, and the source material is more in line. The reality of that story is more in line with a black person who is about empowerment. Solomon Northup was very much a guy who was about standing up for himself and not really taking shit from Caucasians. You wouldn't really know that going to see the film, and that's by design. These white producers chose the right guys to make that film. And the same thing goes with The Woman King. The Woman King is produced by white women and is written by a white female. And it's about a tribe that pretty much assisted in the slave trade. And, white people would never fund a film about black people taking on white people in war. They would never fund a film about Shaka Zulu or the Haitian Revolution or Nat Turner or anything like that. They would never fund a film about the Black Panthers. They'd never do it. You know what I'm saying? And having black women be the face of rebellion, they prefer that because, for one, it's not based in reality, and for two, black women aren't a threat. That's why so many of them don't get shot. I mean, they get roughed up. They get thrown in the police car in handcuffs, but they don't usually get killed because they're not a threat. You know what I'm saying? And white feminists are very hesitant to undermine white men. So they live vicariously through black women and other non-white women. Meaning they'll have a story about female warriors, but they'll do it with black women or brown women or Asian women. They won't do it with white women. They'll play it safe and do it with black women. They'll have black women, putting on the pants while a bunch of black men are scared or getting their ass whooped. Anytime they do a black historical project, there always got to be a black man getting beat on, getting emasculated, getting punked. It's never going to be a story about a black man beating the dog shit out of a white person. They don't fund those type of projects. So we're indeed being undermined with these black themed projects. It's all by design.